Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am here to review Lethal Weapon. Yes, as you can see, this is the 4-movie collection. Lethal Weapon is a 1987 film that was directed by Richard Donner. And the plot is, at the very beginning, you see this very young girl partying a little too hard. And in fact, she jumps off the balcony of her building, seemingly kills herself. It's a suicide, right? So easy and shut case. Until the cops find out that she was poisoned and that in fact it was a murder. So you bring in two cops who are partnering for the very first time on this case. We have Martin Riggs and Roger Murtaugh. Yes, two guys who, once they start partnering together, it's off to the races. This movie, let me first talk about how I know everybody is going to attack me for this. This is my very first time watching Lethal Weapon. I know, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted to watch it. That's one of the reasons why I bought these movies, is because you hear so many good things about it, and it's like, finally, let me just fucking sit down and do it. Let me watch it. Also, this is like the most requested movie review that I've gotten on my channel. This movie alone. And also I wanted to watch and review this because Fox is doing a TV remake or reboot, whatever the fuck, of this. And when I saw the commercials and how shitty it looked, I said, let me go and watch the original. And man, oh man, I might be late to the game, but I'm very glad that I sat down and watched this movie. This movie was pretty awesome. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved everything about it, really. Let's talk about Mel Gibson as Martin Riggs, because here's a guy who, as soon as you meet him, he is a BMF. He's a bad motherfucker, just instantly, just his swagger, the way he carries himself, his presence on screen, but also the scene where that guy, that sniper in the building is shooting at the kids in the school, and Riggs just comes in and complete badass. Comes in there, doesn't care if he gets shot, and takes the guy out. Easy. That's when I knew that I loved this character. But not just that. Sure, he's the cool, badass guy who knows what he's doing, who's a great shot. All of that is true, but then he's layered. Then you find out he has some dimensions where his wife was killed in a car accident a few years ago, and he's screwed up over this. I mean, he can barely function. In fact, he's suicidal. There's a scene where he has a gun and he puts it in his mouth and he's fucking close to pulling the trigger. And that's where I said, wow, this is dark. This is some heavy stuff here. And we have a main character who's unpredictable. You don't know what he's going to do. Every time they're on the case and he sees like this one guy on the roof who's about to jump, hell, he's willing to kill himself as well. So I can't imagine having to partner up with a guy like this. That's where you get Danny Glover as Roger Murtaugh. And like I said, Danny Glover, he has to partner with this guy. He has to kind of keep him in check. He has to try to understand what this guy is going through, which isn't easy. But he just turned 50 years old. It's his birthday. And he's too old for this shit. I mean, it's crazy some of the stuff that they have Danny Glover doing here. I love the dynamic between these two. I mean, they're so polar opposites, but they also get along so well. I instantly buy them as friends, or I instantly buy them as guys who care about each other. Especially when Danny Glover invites him over his house and Mel Gibson's interacting with his family and just gets close with his kids and whatnot. I love just seeing these two guys together. As far as some of the other cast, we have Tom Atkins, who's an old friend of Danny Glover. I found it interesting the way how his character worked out. Also, he's the father of the young girl who was killed at the beginning of the movie. You have Mitchell Ryan as pretty much the main villain. Sure. But let's talk about the real villain. Gary Busey as Joshua. He is the real villain here. Sure, he might not be calling the shots. Sure, he might not be the actual ringleader of the plot going on here, but he's the guy who's doing shit. He's the guy who's going out there and doing some crazy fucked up shit. He's so evil. He's so fucking batshit crazy. I mean, obviously it's Gary Busey. What a surprise there, right? But when you see him willingly burning his arm just to just for sport, just to show off, just to do it, to show that he can do it. When he's going batshit at the very end of the movie, shooting his machine gun out in the middle of the highway, killing random people, laughing as he does so, you're like, holy fuck. You just want to see this guy get taken out, and get taken out bad. That's when you also sit down and realize that this movie is rated R. And I mean a hard R. It's just, it's so bloody, but not gratuitous. Not like torture porn. It's not like that. It's just, it's good 80s action. That type of blood that I really got into and that I appreciated. I love the tone of this movie. I love the writing. It's written by Shane Black. And I might not have had the best things to say about Shane Black after, for example, Iron Man 3. But going back and seeing this, seeing the dynamics of these two characters, seeing how much layers with these characters, and seeing just how much the humor, the natural humor. I mean, I swear, if you would have told me that a lot of the scenes of Mel Gibson and Danny Glover were just them improvising and just them sort of having fun with each other, I would buy it. That's how much the writing works. That's how much these two get along. That's how much you enjoy watching these two together. And also, I would be lying if I didn't say that I was sitting here with a big smile on my face because this movie took place on Christmas. I'm a sucker for Christmas movies. I don't know why. It's not even like I love Christmas in general, but just watching a movie take place on Christmas and having some feel-good moments in it and just some good family moments, camaraderie moments, I immediately get sucked in. Clearly, I loved this first Lethal Weapon movie. I'm very glad that I finally watched it. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of Lethal Weapon. Do you love it as well? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!